Intro.
All right,
Unless y'all really want to see it.
let's go.
How's it going, Cranky Crew? We're gonna be reacting to the Red Pool Keter class, and it's SCP-5254. I'm blind, so bear with me.
Bye.
It's the
Vulgan.
Okay,
by the way,
YouTuber.
it's SCP-354, not 558. What he
You
said,
know,
he said.
I was trying here. I cannot see
Always
from
try.
here.
But yeah, so hopefully this layout looks good for y'all with our camera right here and the thing like that. By the way, if you're watching this on the VOD, check out our stream. We try to do this every Saturday, probably around like 6 or 7. No promises, but keep an eye out for a community post for the stream schedule.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Okay, let's get ahead and get straight into it by
Okay.
the Vulgan.
Please check it out before you watch ours in the video. If you're watching the stream, we love you. See our boy Dr. Miller.
I've not seen him in a minute.
I know, bro. He's been on vacation. We've been in jail.
You're right.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-354.
Yeah, okay.
Object Class, Keter.
Ooh.
Special Containment Procedures. Due to SCP-354's immobile nature, Area 354 has been built around it. Area 354 houses forces and D-Class personnel prepared to deal with the threats emerging from SCP-354, as well as researchers studying SCP-354 and its properties. For their own safety, no on-site personnel are to approach SCP-354 at any time. Direct interaction with SCP-354 is permitted only for the purpose of research to eliminate SCP.
Okay, so 354 is the pool itself,
Yeah.
or the lake itself,
That's the pool, yeah.
and that they close it off, and that's called Area 354,
Yes.
right? Okay,
Mhm.
I'm just confirming.
And it spawns enemies, I guess. And
Spawned enemy.
well, yeah, it said the D-Class personnel, so the threats that come away from it.
Maybe like a human.
Oh, they come out of it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Maybe it's like humanoid red liquid form.
humanoid. Yeah, red creatures.
P-354 and must be approved by O5 personnel.
They're yellow.
Area 354 was constructed to contain and neutralize any and all further threats emerging from SCP-354. At the heart of Area 354, a 20-foot wall of concrete reinforced with has been constructed around SCP-354 to prevent emerging entities from escaping into the area at large.
Okay.
High-speed motion detection cameras are placed atop the wall looking down into the pool, and armed guards can easily shoot down into the enclosure
Yo,
from
they alive.
catwalks placed
Yes,
above
sir.
the pool.
We're alive.
Description: SCP-354 is a pool of red liquid discovered in northern Canada. The
Canada.
liquid is a consistency similar
Canada,
to
eh?
human blood, hence the colloquial
The guy
name
from
blood
Warhammer.
pond, but it is not of a biological nature. The pool does not have definitive banks. Soil mixes with the liquid until, at a certain point, there is more soil than liquid and the ground is mostly solid. The liquid becomes denser as one descends deeper into the pool.
Gonna fall in the
If the
concrete.
pool has a bottom, it has yet to be reached.
Oh my gosh.
Periodically, entities emerge from the pool and attempt to escape from the enclosure. Thus far, nearly all creatures emerging from SCP-354 have been extremely hostile and highly dangerous. SCP-354 is believed to have been first discovered by survivors of a plane crash who encountered SCP-354 by chance. SCP-354 had developed into a local urban legend long before Foundation personnel arrived to deal with the threat. Locating the source of the legend, SCP personnel set up Watch Station Epsilon 38 to monitor the pool and deter future travelers from finding it.
TV.
SCP-354 was classified as Euclid until its properties were further discovered. At 14:03 hours on, an unidentified entity emerged from SCP-354. Contact with Watch Station Epsilon 38 was lost. Mobile Task Force was dispatched to deal with the entity and were eventually successful.
Good.
All personnel at Watch Station Epsilon 38 were found dead.
GG.
Area 354 was subsequently constructed to contain SCP-354.
This lake is deadly.
Document 354-1A.
Not because it's red.
Partial log of entities to have emerged from SCP-354 prior to Event 354-20. SCP-354-1. Original entity which destroyed Watch Station Epsilon 38.
Is it that ball?
That ball
Resembled a
came
giant
out.
Bat.
Oh,
Neutralized by Mobile Task Force.
back.
SCP-354-2. Bear-sized mammalian creature covered in razor-sharp spines. Resembled an echidna.
Oh my gosh.
Was virtually
wow.
bulletproof,
Bear-sized
but was
echidna?
unable to escape the enclosure surrounding the pool.
Okay.
Neutralized
that's
by a
good.
napalm.
Damn. Napalm's kinda crazy.
SCP-354-3. Black metallic sphere capable of levitation.
Oh, that's the spear.
Emitted concentrated levels of radiation and precisely directed beams sufficient to instantly cripple and later result in death.
It's the demon core.
Then Area Head Dr. struck SCP-354-3 with a sledgehammer, disabling it. SCP-354-3 then self-detonated,
Oh my
causing
God.
minor structural damage and severely wounding Dr. Dr. made a full recovery and has been commended for his bravery.
Was it?
Was it?
This man really slapped it with a sledgehammer.
Okay.
Dude, but
Be real for that, though.
SCP-354 2, like a bear-sized echidna,
yeah. Well, man, they really.
bulletproof.
But the thing is, like, okay, napalm,
Mm-hmm.
deadly, right?
Mm-hmm.
This dude was like, I have a sledgehammer. Then it's self-detonated.
Right?
Like, who would have think to grab a sledgehammer?
But specifically though, it's a black metallic sphere. I don't know how much the sledgehammer is going to do that.
That's emitting concentrated level of radiation. Directed beams to instantly cripple and later result in death. And this man's like, I don't know what's going
Well,
on.
he disabled it.
With that sledgehammer.
Yes.
And then it self-detonated.
Yes.
Be real for that one.
Dude, this thing could have blew up like a nuke if it was doing radiation.
They all made a full recovery.
That's true.
No,
That's true.
They were commended. That's pretty cool.
That is actually really good.
That's pretty cool, bro.
That's cool.
That's cool, bro.
I said that's cool.
Okay.
Chill.
SCP-354-4. Humanoid reptilian creature, approximately 4.6 meters tall. Escaped both the walled enclosure and Area 354.
Humanoid reptilian creature.
Yeah.
15 feet tall.
Wait, damn.
Altogether.
Dang.
I mean, he's able
Gunfire
to
caused
climb
very
walls.
little harm and was highly ineffective. Mobile Task Force Omega-7, Pandora's Box, was
Guns
dispatched
in work.
and was successful in neutralizing the creature.
Pandora's box.
SCP-354-5. SCP-354-6. Appeared to be a
It's
human
not an
male
assistant.
of Indian descent.
Oh my god.
As the enclosure around the pool had not yet been fully repaired, SCP-354-6 was immediately shot before it had a chance to escape.
Oh, jeez.
That little Indian man.
Hello. But I'm thinking about the meme. I'm drowning under the water.
No.
Gun him down, dude.
Hey, he's a human. Gone.
Jeez Louise.
They ain't
bro.
taking no
That's
risk.
crazy.
So, like, my question is, what if this pool was just connected to a different
It's
dimension,
just an Indian man.
and then a random Indian dude just fell in,
Oh, I'm so
and then he
sad.
came out this side, and he got shot. You thought
Wait. He had not yet been fully repaired.
Yeah.
He was immediately shot. Bro had no chance.
I know. Man woke up. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
That made me feel the
Did
sun.
not
on
even
shit.
give him a chance to speak.
Head Dr.
Again.
has expressed his displeasure in the rash
Poor guy.
execution of SCP-354-6, which testing revealed to be identical to an average human being.
Damn.
Identical. It wasn't a human being.
SCP-354-14. Majority of the creature's body
14.
remained well beneath the surface
Is
of
it?
the pool.
Oh, jeez.
They skipped all the way to 14. There's a ton. That corrupted.
Data corrupt.
Dang.
They scrubbing this
About
thing.
8. 8 were gone, bro.
Yeah.
Eight.
Eight were nuked.
5 octopus-like tentacles were seen emerging from the pool and reached up over the enclosure.
Ew.
Several D-Class personnel were grabbed by the tentacles and pulled back beneath the surface of the pool.
Oh, it's just-
After receiving massive damage from gunfire, SCP-354-14 retreated back into the pool and disappeared. No personnel taken by the creature were recovered.
Okay.
SCP-354-15. Feline creature composed of a blue-hued crystalline structure later revealed to be ice. Was able to jump above the walled enclosure and was agile enough to dodge most gunfire. Was actively hostile and mauled any personnel that engaged it. Subject
Lord.
engaged SCP-3416 upon its emergence from the pool and was terminated in the fight. SCP-354-16. A feline creature composed of a dark red-black stone, later revealed to be partially solidified magma. Gunfire
Wait, so
proved mostly
15 died
ineffective
to
against its
16?
hide,
Yeah.
was not hostile to personnel, and did not attempt to escape the walled enclosure until being engaged by SCP-354-15. Successfully terminated SCP-354-15 and grew less active as its body cooled. After fully solidifying and having remained motionless since, the subject was moved to Dr. office for aesthetic purposes.
Yeah.
SCP-354
Wow.
So he got free to core.
Yeah. He's like, this guy just destroyed
I
the
got
other
some
one.
taxidermy, bro.
And he's like, you
Taxidermy.
know what? That thing looks pretty cool. It hasn't moved in a while. Nothing could go wrong. Move inside my office.
Use it as a paperweight.
So they're both like feline creatures, these last two.
Yeah.
And one was more blue.
It was ice. It was like icy.
Enclosure and was agile enough to dodge most gunfire.
Time to decorate my office with an
True.
SCP.
Right.
Like, dude, like this thing could like reanimate and like.
Which
murder.
one are you choosing, bro, to decorate your office with, bro?
I
If
think
you could.
I think the SCP.
Which one?
Ooh, I think the
Stone
the
one,
cold
now.
one. The
You know which one I'm taking?
what?
Old man. If I can get the old man to just chill in my
I
office.
swear to
Yeah,
God.
you're gonna be feeling constant fear the whole
You
time.
know,
Being
bro, but it's
constant.
gonna be a challenge. Nah, bro.
I want the peanut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that's the peanut.
Just the banana pill just chilling on a desk.
Yeah, just a little pill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Decorations.
You know what I want?
Oh, you've done great things to your office. I see you've added a pill to your shelf.
You know what? You know what I want?
But
The chair plant.
the chair plant.
Uh,
That dude's cool too, because he wants to be there for you.
Yeah.
He wants to be there for you.
it is a very base.
I'm gonna put the infinite IKEA inside of my office. That's what I'm gonna do.
Matter of fact, just put the food
Brings
stuff.
the mood.
Mm.
Guy is like brings the mood.
Yeah. Oh, what a lovely day. Oh, remember this SCP? He killed on the one. Oh, yes. It's my fondest subject. This happened on this date. Oh, actually.
Perfect, dude.
Man's taking selfies with it.
Mm.
Honestly, the one that he took to his office seemed kind of cool, not hostile.
Mm.
Was more of a cat.
Dude, it was
So it
dead.
became stone again. Like, it was
Yeah.
lava, and then it just got...
He puts a blowtorch.
It wakes up. Oh my God. Okay.
Freaking throws a glass on like off the counter.
We have to watch this, bro.
No.
Okay, for sure.
Just, that's right.
54-18. Metallic humanoid machine described by several D-Class personnel as a Terminator.
Ah,
Subject possessed a cloaking device rendering it invisible to human eyes. Subject was highly adept at combat and killed nearly 90%
God.
of Area 354's guard personnel as it
90%.
rampaged through the facility. Approximately 60 minutes
Guards?
after emerging from the pool, subject ceased function and powered down.
Bro, need to be
Subject
charged.
was dismantled and power cell was disposed of. Subject's remains are under study.
What in
Note
the
from
world?
Area
My man was crazy.
That's
Bro woke up angry. He said, "I'm not getting." Bro,
He's the Indian man reincarnated.
he said, man, my man powered down. He didn't have enough electricity, bro. Stored up.
no, he was just
Yeah.
bored.
Man was used for parts.
Man, there's no sun in Canada. That's why.
There's
It
no
ends
sun
in
in
photosynthesis.
He didn't get the charge.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. It's winter.
It is one sure.
Yep. It's dark
Batteries
over
don't do good in cold climates.
there. Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Truth be told.
now that we've had to
I will
fall
be
back
back.
on Pandora's box to deal with stuff coming out of SCP-354. Abel can't complain though. You can tell he enjoyed fighting SCP-354-11. Maybe we should set up some kind of hotline to Mobile Task Force Omega 7? Document 354-3A. Log of Exploratory Mission 354 Alpha.
The Terminator reference.
Personal log of Dr. Our expedition to explore SCP-354, that gaping wound in the middle of Canada, has finally been accepted. The R&D boys have come up with what can only be described as a submarine with a drill on it. We know that the pool gets denser as you go down, so we suspect that at some point we won't be sinking so much as digging, hence the huge mining device built onto it. It's not hydrodynamic at all, but we're not really going swimming here. My gut tells me that there's something on the other side of the red pool. And just like digging down, up to China, all we have to do is dig down, up to it. Personal log of
It's like
Dr.
Iron Lung.
I had a
Iron
nice
lung.
long debate with 05 over who's allowed to come. I want
Wait, what? Wait, what was that?
Okay. They didn't have to do it like that. I understand, chat. I understand. The way he said it, though.
Dr. Miller is on something right now. Sorry.
Yeah, I mentioned Iron Lung and that happens, man. I think that's what caught it off guard. Oh my god.
Oh.
What was that? Hey, rewind it by like 5 seconds.
For sure.
Serious.
had a nice long debate with 05 over who's allowed to come. I wanted Mobile Task Force Omega 7 to come with us for protection.
I can't.
Oh my God.
I haven't can't. This is so stupid. Dude, they were debating who's allowed to.
Debating with them loud or not?
No, who's allowed to come?
Am I?
Oh no.
That's debatable.
Never again, Zeus.
Never again.
Never
Is
again.
this the Iron Lung experience talking?
Yeah.
Protection,
Oh.
or at least SCP-076, but they won't allow it. Despite the massive damages he continues to cause, they still
Yes.
see him as too valuable to risk losing. Not that he isn't, immortal or anything. Maybe they just don't have the guts to ask him to go exploring. Ackler, that ass, wanted us to take SCP.
Dude, Dr. Miller, chill. 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 Man, look at that ass. No way. Wait, go back 5 seconds. Okay.
Exploring. Ackler, that ass, wanted us to take SCP with us.
Dr. Miller woke
Allow
up
it.
and
The
chose
file
my...
says SCP was just born here before he came through, so he'd be useless as a guide. He might have been some use as security, but that's mostly cancelled out by the fact that he probably just... Anyway.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
The final crew complement apart from myself consists of 3 agents, 2 D-class personnel, 1 geologist,
Matt hit us
and
the
1
dab.
guy from
2024.
R&D who's going to pilot the ship. I already forgot all their names. Exploratory Team 354 Alpha.
Why does he sound so
35A,
salty?
Mission log.
He's
Day
tired.
1. Rotten sort of day to begin a mission. Rumor has it that last night there was a total containment breach in some area or other. Then it turns out that there's no coffee allowed anywhere inside of Area 354 for some reason or
That's
another.
tilted.
And the whole mission almost ended in a disaster when it turns out that they
That's why
almost
it's
forgot
not
to
hot.
load the extra fuel on board. Who the fuck is running the show around here? Anyway,
Dr. Miller!
Dr. Miller is crazy.
Where's my coffee?
What the heck?
He is not having it.
underway. For a while there, I had a definite feeling of going downward. But now we're dropping much more slowly. Marty, the R&D guy's name, says we're sinking at a rate of 10 meters an hour. Apparently at this depth, the red pool is pretty damn dense. ET-354A.
10 meters an hour?
What?
How many hours?
Let's use the American units real quick.
I can't find it on the screen.
What?
I read along. Do you read along to Dr. Miller?
No, I listened.
Do you read?
Oh,
I can read on occasion, yeah.
All I do is read.
5 intense nights in Freddy's.
That's what it is. That's what's fine now. No, I always read with Dr. Miller. I that's how I always have been. And if I lose my spot where I'm reading,
Yeah.
I'm dead, bro, until I find it. Nothing is getting in my
He
head.
said 10 meters a second, right?
That's what I thought he said.
That's 32 feet per second.
He probably wrote it down.
God.
Yeah. American.
American.
Mission log, day 2.
Freedom units, brother.
Nothing of interest happened. But I learned everyone's names. We have Marty, our pilot, Agent Swanson,
Yeah.
Agent Turquoise,
Right here,
Agent
found it.
86,
Good, pay
Dr. J.
attention.
MacArthur, Chris Simmons, and Leroy Tucker. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
That's not what it says.
4A, mission log, day
Dr.
3.
Miller.
At about 4 a.m., gravity suddenly changed direction. Boy, that was a fun way to wake up. Now we're rising rather than sinking, which means we're more than halfway there. ET-354A, mission log, day 4. We've reached the surface. Through the portholes, it's mostly dark, which means it's night. We can't go out yet because for all we know, the atmosphere could be hydrochloric acid. We've got a shitload of sensors outside the ship analyzing a bunch of stuff. Whether the air is breathable, what kind of airborne bacteria we have to deal with, and simple stuff like temperature. We'll know in 8 hours if it's safe for human life out there. ET-354A mission log, day 5. Turns out the air is totally safe, except it's been night for going on 28 hours.
my
God.
What's going on?
I don't know.
ET-354A, mission log, day 6. Dawn finally came. The sun was huge and red. I'm a biologist, but I know enough about
saw you
astronomy to
smiling.
know that we're orbiting a totally different star. Is this a different time, a different place, or a different dimension? Leroy guessed that we're in another plane of existence, and I think he's probably closest. The pool on this side is way bigger, more like a large pond or maybe a small lake.
Okay.
The banks are more defined than our side as well. We took an inflatable raft to shore, Marty and Simmons stayed behind, and headed north. The ground here, or at least around the pool, is almost totally devoid of plant life. The only green we saw was a sort of fuzzy moss growing on the ground that looked like a kind of mold. The ground is grayish tan dirt that's like a mixture of sand and flour. MacArthur said it was some sort of mineral or another, but I forget what he called it.
There's something.
I half expected our electronics to not work out here, but that wasn't the first thing to fail. After about 2 hours of hiking across flat, boring ground, the compass suddenly changed direction. Now it points to what we had previously thought to be east.
What a
Evidently,
weird
this planet's
planet.
magnetics, is it even a planet? Don't work the same way ours do.
That is so weird, dude.
So I'm kind of lost.
You lost?
Because remember, I told you that I read it,
Yeah.
and if I lose it,
Yeah.
there's a section that I'm lost
Yeah.
until I find it.
Uh-huh.
So they went into it,
Yeah.
into the pool,
Yes.
right? And then they found a planet.
They
That's
don't
where
know.
I'm at. That's
Okay.
where I'm at.
They don't know. They think it's another dimension,
Okay.
another
So,
planet,
did
another
they
plane
did they
of existence.
emerge?
They
from-
emerge from the other side, going down
On
from
the
their
other side.
Well, they
down
went,
up?
they went down,
down
like,
up to
Down
go
up.
down up.
But the thing is they down up.
By Anthrax Crab. Just read his name. You see in a bit, sir.
Let's see, Anthrax. Say thank you very much for coming. Well, you be back.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm so sorry, and trust me, I've been listening to majority of it. It was that small section that I did not get.
Yeah.
I remember they were sinking, 10 meters a second,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then that's where I got lost.
Okay.
So they re-submerged,
Yeah, to resubmerge. But
they were on another planet.
it was nighttime for 28 hours.
Yes,
And so then they finally determined that the air is safe, and then they went outside, and then the other guy, I forgot his name, Richard or whatever,
and then dawn came.
Don came,
Yes.
but they decided that it might be a different dimension that they're in.
Uh-huh. So, okay, now good, I get it now. They were hiking on a flat plane for hours.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, go back, but it was not what they thought was east.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the people on the boat were going down the lake.
Yeah,
And then
we
they-
thought was east.
Then the compass polarity switched.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love you
I
too.
think this is the first time he's actually going somewhere.
Yes, he's always been the anomaly training specialist.
Yeah.
He's always been a part of the crew.
But so Dr. Miller is doing this.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's in there. He's in the mission.
Damn. No wonder he's pissed.
No wonder he's
No coffee, he's gone.
his coffee's gone.
Okay.
He hasn't had a coffee in days.
No, it's not hot. He's sad.
I think that's his only.
We're
saying.
only
He's
at
just-
minute 13.
That's how it goes with
Not
our
wanting to get lost, we immediately
reaction
made a
to-
180 and headed back to the ship. I could have sworn the trip back was less than half as long as the trip out.
How it
Tomorrow
goes.
we'll work out a way of navigation that doesn't rely on the compass being sane. ET-354A, mission log, day 7.
A7.
Lousy night's sleep. The sun never went down. By my calculations, the day-night cycle here seems to last about 43.5 hours, as opposed to 24 hours back home. That's gonna take some getting used to. We agreed on a system of navigation. Firstly, we're gonna travel only in a straight
43
line
hours.
to make sure that we can get back to the ship by simply turning around and heading in the other direction. Unless we encounter some kind of unnavigatable jungle, we should be fine.
Right?
Secondly, Marty's rigged a radio beacon thing. I don't really remember his explanation, but if we're anywhere within 800 miles, his little gizmo will be able to tell us exactly which direction to go to get back, and how far.
Oh man.
ET-354A, mission log, day 9. We set out a few hours before the sun was scheduled to rise, but when we got to the shore, we found that the green moss stuff was everywhere.
Oh man.
It had grown in mass significantly. My guess is the stuff shrivels up in the sun during the day and expands at night to suck in nutrients or something. We decided we didn't want to walk through it, so we went back and waited for sunrise.
That's a good choice.
Sun came up and we set out again. The moss stuff was back to its smaller state. It
Okay.
just occurred to me that there's been no wind at all in this place. The result is dead silence. I'm not ashamed to admit that the overall emptiness of this place is pretty scary. We found an area with none of the moss stuff for a few hundred feet around, and decided to camp for the night. The sun is still up, but it's time for us humans to sleep, so I'm calling it a night. ET-354A, mission log, day 10. Sometime in the night, which was really daytime, fuck, this is gonna get confusing, we were all awoken by some kind of roar. You remember what the T-Rex sounded in that old movie Jurassic Park? It sounded a lot like that. Big, reptilian. It was so loud that I was certain whatever was making it couldn't be more than 20 feet away. But when we all got out of our tents, we didn't see anything. The whole area is so flat that we'd see any sort of animal within half a mile or so. But
Underground.
there was nothing. Fucking scary.
Yeah.
Dr.
We
Miller.
packed up camp and continued on. After a while, we stopped seeing the moss stuff. Maybe it only grows around the red pool. And the ground became rockier. In the distance, the land seems to grow more hilly. I think I see trees.
The distance?
ET-354A, mission log, day 11. The bare ground has ended. Now we're walking across a vast field of beautiful green grass. It almost looks like a well-mown lawn. The grass seemed ordinary enough until Turquoise tripped over a rock and arose to find his hands covered with several dozen bloody pinpricks.
Oh.
Apparently, the tip of
Turquoise.
the blade of this grass is incredibly sharp and easily punctures skin. It's
Oh
no
my
threat
gosh.
to our Foundation-issued boots, but we must be careful not to fall on it. We came to a tiny stream, really no more than a trickle. Swanson suggested we could refill our canteens, but Leroy and MacArthur wanted to check the water for something
Yeah.
or other first.
I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
MacArthur took out some equipment and after a few minutes announced that it was not water, but liquid carbon dioxide.
Oh my.
Golly.
That's so dense then. Oh my god.
It's gotta be so dead.
Jesus.
It's gonna be so thick, man.
Dude, I feel bad for Dr. So it's kind of cool. Wait, so is Dr. Miller a real person?
Yes, he's the anomaly training
Well, I
specialist.
know it's Dr. Miller, but it's Dr. Miller. But dang, I wonder if there's any more situations where Dr. Miller's in action,
I don't know.
because he is comedy.
I suppose we could look it up, see if he's. Because his name is not Dr. Miller. His name is The Vulcan. That's his channel name.
That's
He could very well be a character he plays a role of.
That's you.
He just claimed him. He said, "I'm gonna be Dr. Miller."
Yeah,
Unless that's his real name.
but his coffee's not warm.
Would you ever drink water?
I will die. Literally die.
I mean, this might be good.
It might.
I'm shocked they haven't found another
monster.
monster.
Yeah, anomaly. Anomaly.
Anomaly. SCP. Parentheses
Monster.
48.
Oh,
Close parentheses.
35.
You know.
All right.
CO2 is usually a gas at this temperature, and it's never a liquid. The laws of physics don't seem to be working right. ET-34A, mission log, day 14. Haven't had time to record anything for a few days. We made it to an area sparsely populated by trees. The grass there was
Wait.
withered and brown,
Oh, it
and
doesn't
not
matter.
sharp enough to
What's up?
pierce the skin.
No, I was about to say, wait, there's trees, so there's water. No, the laws. The man said the laws of physics don't work in the planet.
Yeah.
So I guess they don't need water necessarily. I thought there'd be water near at least.
Oh no.
Maybe it rains. So the planet.
Maybe it rains
The trees
liquid.
were ordinary.
Liquid
Looked like
carbon
birch,
dioxide.
but the leaves were wrong. At some point, we lost Swanson. This place is so quiet that
He died or you
really feel
lost him?
comfortable talking. So we have no idea when we lost him.
Oh my
There's
god,
a
he's
good
disappeared.
8-hour window where he could have gone missing.
Well,
We
damn.
called to him, but none of us wanted
Y'all
to
just
split
kept
up to look
walking
for
and
him.
didn't say he's
During
Watson?
the night, a
The-
tree
the-
fell on 86's
the
tent.
dark?
He wasn't hurt and none of the gear was damaged, although the tent got mangled
A tree fell on 86's tent.
beyond repair. 86 swears that the tree hadn't been that close when he pitched the thing, and none of us can tell what caused it to fall. The trunk just snapped. We all agreed not to pitch our tents anywhere near a tree from now on. The next day, which was
Dead.
really night, we heard the same roar from a few days ago. It sounded exactly the same as before, and again, we have no idea what made the sound, and none of us can even agree which direction it came from. Then it started to rain. We all pitched our tents for the night, this time a whole lot closer together than we had before.
Was it water
The
rain?
nearest tree is about 300 feet away. MacArthur commented that it was actual rain and not more CO2
Okay.
bullshit.
Okay, cool.
We set
Actual
up this
water.
funnel thing to refill our canteens.
That's a good idea.
Leroy donated his tent to Agent 86, and I offered to share mine since it's a little bigger than the other guys. I asked Leroy what he did to wind up as a D-class. He said he a couple of people.
Okay.
I think he might have been trying to freak me out, but who knows. Anyway, he's one of the most well-behaved D-classes I've ever met, so I don't think he's going to, say, in my sleep.
Miller.
ET-354A, mission log, day 17. Good God, the rain has finally stopped. Everything is soaking wet, including us. Except for the ground. After that much water, you'd expect it to be muddy as hell, but the ground beneath the grass is barely damp at all.
That's wild,
Perhaps
dude.
the plants absorb moisture from the ground more efficiently than the ones back home. We're
That's
setting
what he
out
said.
again. Perhaps the rain awakens some animal life. Mission log, day 25. What seemed to be a huge cliff in the distance turned out to be an artificially constructed wall. It's made of solid rusty iron and stands maybe 50 feet high. To the left and to the right, it goes on farther than the eye can see.
That's so tall.
I can't imagine how thick it is. We have no way around it. We'll have to go over it or through it. We made a camp for the night. We'll work out what to do in the morning.
Yeah.
ET-354A, mission log, day 26. Leroy jury-rigged some kind of blowtorch thing with our equipment.
Boy, Leroy.
I swear, this guy is fucking MacGyver.
All
He
right.
cut a hole in the iron wall big enough for us to go through. Turns out it's only about 1/4 of an inch thick, but there's another wall behind it with less than a foot between. Apparently, this thing has multiple layers. Leroy cut through 8 of them before we finally made it to the other side.
Dang.
The grass on this side is black. Not burnt or anything, just a different color. And finally there's some wind.
Wind.
I was getting tired of concluded that coming here was a mistake.
I was
We
casting
have
up a
to
storm.
turn back. ET-354A, mission log, day 39. We passed through the
Month?
second
More
barrier,
than a month?
and we're back
Yeah.
to the weird place with the black grass.
Louise.
I have expected the hole Leroy cut through it to have sealed up or something, but it was still there, thank God. Or whoever runs the show in this world.
This is the weird
I
area.
don't think MacArthur is going to make it through the night.
No.
He's lost a lot of blood.
Oh.
ET-354A, mission log, day 40. We awoke to
Yo,
find
but
that
like, remember that one day is like 48 hours, dude.
Yeah.
That's a toughie.
That is
Big bro, they've just been treading on in this.
Yeah, and this is like random shit after random stuff.
But that must mean in the back on their planet, it's like 80 days they've been gone.
yeah, it's day 80.
Maybe not. Maybe he's just counting at the time he sleeps.
Watch probably. They probably gotta watch. All I know is that Rip MacArthur.
Rick McCarthy.
Yeah.
MacArthur had crossed.
Oh.
We didn't want to do it, but we had no choice but to terminate him. 86 said that
It's
something back
crossed.
home might be able to help him. And he may have
Crossed?
been right. But we couldn't afford to have him slow us down. We only have a few more days in Day 48. We made it back to the ship with only an hour or two to spare. The first thing they asked us was what the fuck had happened to Swanson, Turquoise, MacArthur, and 86. As if a few dead team members are our biggest problems right now.
All right.
Marty has us underway.
Made
and
it
we're
back.
definitely sinking. I just hope they don't. End of
Me
log.
too.
This document was discovered at the Central Foundation database. No such mission to explore SCP-354 has been yet suggested or approved. No records of any personnel mentioned in this log exist. The log's origin is unknown.
No.
Jeez.
Note from Area Head, Dr.
Miller.
We'll never know.
It has been 22 months since the last entity emerged from the pool. Before
Wow.
this, the longest period of time between emergences was 8 months. I suspect this means one of two things. Either the red pool has died or powered down, or whatever the correct term for it is, or it is charging up for something big to come through.
Oh my god,
Five
no.
believes the former is the most likely explanation, and has recalled 30% of our total personnel and cut 25% of our funding. While I can only hope that they are correct, if the latter situation is true, we are soon to face some terrible monstrosity, and we won't have anywhere near the force necessary to deal with it.
Oh, definitely not. Especially if that last one wiped out 90% of their guard.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jeez Louise. They hit it with a sledgehammer.
Hit the decor. Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Worry for all of our safety.
Time.
Document
It's low.
354-4. Event log 354-20. In the morning of the entire staff of Area 354 evacuated the facility. However, the staff also shut down the power to the area and took a number of supplies and vehicles from the facility, indicating that the evacuation had not been done due to an emergency. Mobile Task Force Theta 12 was dispatched to investigate the cause of the evacuation and, if possible, make contact with area staff. However, before Mobile Task Force Theta 12 could make contact with Area 354 or its evacuees, the area's on-site warhead was detonated, resulting in the destruction of the entire facility and the deaths.
Wow.
No.
Mobile Task Force Theta 12 was ordered to make contact with the evacuated personnel, and in the event of hostility, was given clearance to terminate any uncooperative personnel. A large convoy of vehicles taken from Area 354 was spotted heading southward from Area 354 at high speed. Final audio logs from Mobile Task Force Theta 12 indicate that the convoy was made up of Area 354 staff, and that the previous chain of command had broken down in its entirety, with armed D-Class personnel and research personnel firing upon Mobile Task Force Theta 12. Mobile Task Force Theta 12 was annihilated, and no further contact with the former personnel of Area 354 has been made since. Document 354-5. Following the total destruction of Area 354, the Red Pool containment site was constructed in its place. Basic maps of the new
Stop.
What's up?
I'm trying to read it.
Great.
And I lose focus when I see your reflection right there. And then I lose it, and then I can't remember where I was.
Right there.
I don't know. I don't know where it is.
It's right there.
Don't break my wires.
It's my wires.
Oh, yeah.
facility can be found in. And unlike the previous facility, which was focused on research and neutralization of entities emerging from SCP-354, the new facility is devoted entirely to the containment of SCP-354 and entities which may emerge from it, as well as any unforeseen forces which it may create directly. This is due largely to the advisement of the new site head, who believes that the events of Log 354-20 were the result of a psychic or mental attack generated by SCP-354 itself.
Oh, man.
Document 354-6.
6.
Interview regarding playing log now. Is it alright if I record this?
Nope.
Yes, go ahead. Good. So, let's start at the beginning. What happened at the Red Pool containment site? Looking back now, it seems strange that nobody ever suggested draining the pool. When Dr. came up with it, it seemed like such a good idea at the time. What exactly about the idea
Miller.
was so appealing? It was a way out.
Oh yeah, it is.
That SCP entry, I've read what it says. It's a joke. It makes it seem like we have the pool under control. I take it you do not. There's a half-meter slab of reinforced concrete in place over the pool. And yet, every time some beast tries to come through, somehow it manages to get loose into the building. People die. Every single time. I've seen a man's own intestines. Can you imagine what that looks like, old man?
Yes.
So to you, and of course to the other people stationed at the Red Pool containment site as well, draining the pool seemed like a fine solution to the suffering caused by SCP-354. Suffering? That thing doesn't just... Please sit down.
Oh, man.
This is going on record. So, O5 approved the draining of SCP-354, and then what happened? They evacuated all the non-essential personnel to a location a couple kilometers away, leaving just basic defense crew and the people who'd run the equipment. Mostly D-class, plus a few agents to keep things going. And you were among those agents. Yes. How did they go about draining the pool? Tech guys brought in this big pump thing with all these hoses. We retracted the slab, but...
Bro, shot back.
Have you ever had a dream where it seemed so real, but you knew you were dreaming, and it felt like you had to wake up to escape from it?
I have.
Yup.
I can't say I have.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, we
all
all have.
have. That's what it felt like when they put the hose in to try and drain it. Everything stopped being real.
Wow.
It was like we had to escape right now. And you were the only one feeling this sensation. No, everyone had it at the same time. It came from the fucking pool. Please, lower your voice. What happened when they activated the pump? We never did. We couldn't. It wouldn't let us. What wouldn't let you? The pool! Please, I ask you to lower your voice. Up until now, it's been content just throwing monsters at us. It's been playing. But now, we have it locked up and we just tried to execute it. Now it's angry. God's restraint agent. My buddy measured its banks once and compared them to the photos from its first discovery. Do you know what he found? It's growing. The pool is growing. It gets bigger and stronger every day. And now we've made it angry. Sedate him. We'll continue this in the morning.
I didn't even do Dr. Middle like that.
Dude, big bro was yelling.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He wasn't attacking.
It's like, hey guys, yeah, this pool, sedate him. I'm a dog, it's growing, it's gonna kill him.
The moment people start to make no sense to the other person, they think they're crazy.
Imagine if judges did that, right? The guy's trying to defend himself and he's like,
Sedate him.
Your Honor! And he's just like,
Too
get him out.
You're way too loud, big dog.
Yeah.
No, they don't even say get out, like sedate him.
Sedate him.
Sedate him.
Kill him. What?
What?
He talked too loud.
And,
He went about 18 decibels. That was crazy.
but it's like, for what they experience every day, what SCPs they face, you would think they had they could give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, take in mind that people's sanities go in and out that quick when they're going against certain monsters, anyways. So,
But he's experienced a lot of it too.
Yeah.
Like he's on
he
the
did
site,
give
the
him-
Red Pool site, you know.
Yeah.
He had to probably witness tons of people,
he was in it.
his guards die
Yeah.
to those monsters go in it.
He didn't
You
get
know.
his coffee.
He didn't get his coffee.
Yeah, see, coffee's not smoking.
F that, dude. What?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. But like, how long do you think it would have taken to drain the pool?
If
Forever.
it did happen,
Where would it go?
yeah, what did it put it at? What? So if they did drain out the pool, would that water still be bad?
Would it still be capable of doing that?
Yes.
Or is it the pool like hole itself
I think it might be
that does it?
I think it might be the red water.
You think it is? Do you think the red water outside of the hole that it's in
Might-
is what does
It
it?
might be a portal.
You think if we put it in our own like normal size pool,
Yeah.
it'll create another portal?
Maybe.
You know what?
Or do you think it has to be in that location to do it?
All I know is that cat statue's pretty sick.
But truth be told, do you think it's the pool, the water, the red water that is the SCP, or that section of earth or ground right there?
Maybe
Because that alone seems like that is what it is to get. Like you go into that, regardless if there's water or not. Imagine taking all the water out and putting a ladder. If you climb all the way down, are you going to get to that?
the pool.
End log.
What is a pool?
Okay. I think that about does it for today.
Yep.
Thank you all for listening, if indeed you still are,
Yes.
Always.
and you are all dismissed.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dr. Miller, hope you get the coffee.